Earthline to the rescue for purer skin. Now, during the Earth energetic season, blemishes, acne, toxicity, and enlarged pores tend to be exacerbated. The following is a regimen for proactive skin detoxification. First, Earth Element Toner. After cleansing, use this toner with essential oils of lemon, eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, niaouli, rosemary, and thyme. Second, Day Cream Earth for purifying, normalizing the skin with Earth Day Cream with soothing millet extract and rosemary extract to improve overall complexion. Number 3, the Night Cream Earth. Again, richer than the Day Cream. This treatment cream is more potent with zinc gluconate, known to be beneficial in the alleviation of acne. Earth Yellow Clay Mask. Number, fully colored and infused with essential oils. This ever moist mask facilitates removal of toxins and normalizes the skin. It's optimum to use Earth Element Feed-A-Ther before applying the clay mask. Just a few drops helps bring clarification to the skin and assists you with emotional balance as well.
Follow for more or gain insight to add energy medicine to your healing practice. Go ahead and visit tonyadee.tv/phedo-5 or email info@tonyadee.tv, and I will see you on the other side. Ashe, ashe, ashe. Blessings to you, my energetic being.
Inshallah and ashe. It definitely is a mystical Monday, and we are actually in the Earth transitional season, which I want to show you. If I can get there real quick and find, there it is, my little image. So Earth energy is, this is the stomach reflex zone and through the neck and then the spleen. So generally acne or toxicity, that gives you the energy there on the face, but also it can show up in different areas, which carries a different frequency vibration. So if you have acne down through here, that's toxicity of the lung. So yeah, the face is a magical way of defining the skin energetically. So with that, inshallah and ashe, divine wills, blessings to you and for you, 300 plus magical energetic beings. I just want to know, are we going to hit the 444 this month? Angel number frequency. So share the excitement with your friends along with other like-minded virtual musers who muse about the galaxy and the elementals. Either way, whatever that looks like, thanks for joining me. So the winds of change, the excitement of wind surfing, literally. Maybe you're in a cosmic bubble of spirit surfing through the air. And when the wind settles, the debris, we are feeling what our tribe is. We're feeling where our gift is. What is our purpose in this life? So really go ahead right now and hit that white rabbit. Do so. It's the only way that we can actually make certain that this algorithm will really give us the nutritional quotient that our soul actually deserves, the value quotient, heartfelt, feeling the stones in our bones, our inner value quotient, optimistic venue, the love quotient by divine design. So while we're waiting for peeps to hop onto the live, listen to the replay, tune in the afternoon or whatever timeline vibration you're on, or lifetime maybe. The way you love yourself is the way the world loves you. So are you trusting your ability to love yourself even more, doing the full pour into your ability, your chalice? The power of love, really. And where do we belong? The curious thing is, there's a part of us that either is attached or detached from a person, place, thing, or situation. And that's what's online by divine design. This actually, I believe started a few weeks ago, I'll say, with the first new moon in Aries. But the energy is one of detaching from the outdated definition of our inner self-worth, possibly placed upon us by something outside of us, our inner value. The non-essentials even, what we are transforming and manifesting to is greater than ever before, renovating our value, our own unique self-worth. Simply put, it's knowing that you are definitely worth more to yourself than ever before as the winds of change are upon us. So to all of the non-essentials out there, myself included, by the way, I know how you feel. You are valued, valuing yourself more than the outer world has ever done so or did. And by divine design, the universe is actually working in our favor. It's moving us through the winds of change, placing us where we're meant to be after the storm settles. Just knowing our value, removing the dead weight. This may be a career, a friend, the establishment, whatever it is, it's being illuminated or adjusted in our physical world. And it also marks the moment when we have more courage. We're feeling more courageous inside of ourselves. So we're kind of ending one karmic pattern in our old life. Mine happens to be literally the topsy-turvets, which I'll get to later. And do you know your pattern? I do know mine. It does go with value. It goes with self-worth. Not feeling very valued in this physical dimension based on kind of the establishment. So that's like the karma. I'm going from karma to dharma. The winds of change. Again, the way we treat ourselves is the way the world treats you. So things that don't belong are really breaking away. They may have served us another timeline, but they are no longer serving us now. Our spirit, our higher self, our Sira, what we look like in the other world, is elevating where we do belong. So we're kind of adding to these ingredients that are kind of feeling more worthy inside of our skin, basically. So the sun brings in this added vitality, the fire, the being fire to our life, the sun in the season of Taurus even, going down to the nodes that have been moving us where we do and don't belong in this life and this world, really hitting myself. So this is the part of us that we have been raised to really believe, maybe a conditioning, being unconditioned, a story, a voice that we may have been telling ourselves that we believe. A story, that story is now, it's a derivative. It's done. It's like dinosaurs. They're extinct. It's the dark ages. We're coming out of that. So it's time to kind of wrap our mind around something in our past. And if we're not in the now, the moment, Eckhart Tolle, I've been listening to him, we are carrying around dead weight of the past. It's like the God Atlas. It's not our job to hold the world. So knowing that the galactic frontier is really working in our favor, the universe is the key to guide us, our intuition to where we're meant to be. Coming into a new sense of value, of worth, a fresh new sheet of paper, a new scribe to our story. You can maybe see the old story dissipate, the pathway that we're kind of heading towards, a future that has possibly never been imagined before. It's unforeseeable, the Imaginal Realm. So it's time to own the gift, our purpose by divine destiny, trust and love where you are, what you are creating, and having that ultimate divine faith, miracles, that you are literally on the right path and trusting in yourself. I know I'm on the right path. The universe is moving me. That's often sometimes what an energetic hiccup is. So with that, welcome to my show, my virtual medicine room. My name is Tonya Dee. And if you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do go ahead and hit that white button, what I call the white rabbit, on YouTube, or my Musing with Tonya Dee podcast. I do have some great Season of the Witch interviews happening for me. But in the season of Taurus, we've got the Earth Star, Nature, Empathy, the Shamans Portal, aligning with our future self, our higher self, along with our I Am presence, which is unique and individual to each and every one of us. And you can kind of see it through the colors of our third eye. So before I go any further with that, once again, let's give a shout out to the village, my ever-growing village, this tribe that's excelling, new peeps entering the community. It really does take a village, new subscribers, so welcome to the show. I always just like to give a validation, a voice of acknowledgement that you are seen. New friends and guests, again, welcome. Thanks for arriving. And my intention really is to hit the 444, that many peeps, by month's end. So do share with your friends, like-minded groups and whatnot. And of course, I always like to give a shout out to those of you that have really been a part of my journey since the beginning. It really does take a village, a tribe, a community of like-minded musers. So gratitude and blessings to you and for you. Thanks so much for joining me. And those of you that do tune in later on the replay, do comment as well. I do see you. And if you feel a message, if you need a message for your day, kind of do a shout out there. Sharing is just another way of paying it forward. And we're all in this cosmic bliss together. You could also find me on TikTok, of course, YouTube Shorts and whatnot. Kind of all over the place. Just remember, I am your otherworldly shamanic reflecting assistant. I see things differently, and you are your own healer. But sometimes we do need an otherworldly life coach assistant, myself included, because we do have these energetic hiccups, and sometimes we just need to have somebody else tell us that we're doing fantastic to get us out of that own magical way so our light shines brighter. Happens all the time. And the daily snippet, what do I muse about here? Well, obviously, the elementals. This is the face graph. There is the body. The energy body speaks a language of itself along with the mind. We've got things that happen for us, right? But by design, I do follow the lunar energies. I do look at the elementals. I do follow the moon through the seasons and the gates, mostly for myself, but I do share that with you. But tomorrow and the rest of the week, I do have some circuits connected with my human design graph, my chart. But for the season of Taurus, we have the Earth Star, our 10th energetic center online. So this is all things nature. Are you a nature empath? It really is the elemental structure of nature, animal totems. If you're not sure what your intuitive gifts are, take my Change Your Star quiz and find out your intuitive gift or your psychic abilities. We all have them. So we are really raising the drawbridge, creating sacred space for our inner value system, our internal wheels of that energetic center. The chakras actually have inner wheels and outer wheels. They look like torsion fields, kind of when they're flowing. And we're detaching from what is no longer serving the queen, the king, the prince, the princess inside of us, and attaching to what does serve the queen, the king, the princess, or the prince at the cosmic round table. So this has probably been felt for a very long time, seriously, for some of us. I'll get more into that. But I also do, again, the 4 pillars, the elementals. This is why I do the 4 pillars, is this elemental graph. The body never lies, I'm telling you. So I do a mystery guest on Sundays. I finally put the link for that in the show notes. An elemental foundation showing you your useful ingredients, subtle energies. I'm not kidding, this totally works. To get us on our merry way. The channels and the pathways of these meridians, I'm telling you, there's a lot of energy there. I've healed the gallbladder through Bell's palsy. A few people have had Bell's palsy and come to me energetically. So I work on the energies of those meridians. And even as a reflector, the auric fields, cleansing them. And I do ask myself, is this the right time? Am I with the right people? And I have to say, Wednesday night, I'm going to be talking about the ghost in the darkness with Juliana Whitlow and a 10-day of remembering. The link for that's also in my show notes. But I really do feel like this is part of my tribe, my vibe. So it's also like, what am I seeing that no one else can see? And what is the movement that I am creating? And then what is the solution that I am creating within that movement? So energetically, those are kind of my ping pong points when I get up every day. But we do have the pineal gland, our heart's core, the heart of the heart, the thymus, and our bones, down to our bones. Online, it's kind of our tissue, if you will. And the wisdom of our bones, the stones, the ancient wisdom of Africa, which I love. So with our mind off on holiday, that's what I call a retrograde, being in the season where things really are slowing down, they're doing one step at a time. Great things manifest, they become real, landing in our reality when we literally go at the slow pace and we allowing ourselves to really take space, take up airspace, give ourselves time to really feel something. The way we love ourselves is the way the world loves you. Say that again. The way we love ourselves is the way the outer world loves you. So our inner heartfelt knowing is happening for us. And we know in our heart where we authentically belong. And do we trust our heart or do we trust the outer world? Energetically, I have to go back into my skin here, give peace to that pause. So we may be experiencing a minor breakdown with something that we are manifesting, creating, trying to produce even. For me, it could be my internet goes sideways, for example, but I know I'm feeling into where my heart belongs. I literally just shut down my brick and mortar, my studio. I should have done it 7 years ago, energetic hiccups and all. But I was there for the other, not for myself. So again, the way we treat ourselves is the way the outer world treats us, treating me as if I'm a non-essential, the outer world. So in that moment, trust and having faith in Goddess Universe. The universe has our back and will be handling all of our troubles, our issues, challenges today, as it reveals to us the magic in the moment to get us realigned by design with our highest and greatest path, our Sira. So this is this interdimensional portaling kind of multi-realm energy, which really allows us to see through the fold, through the eye of God, the tears of the universe, how the universe sees things. Things are happening for us, not to us. And the universe is revealing or revealing, if you will, a new perspective, a panoramic view on our life. It really is seeing through the eye of God, reading the book of life. So with this combination of ingredients, you may feel a little topsy-turvy-ish, maybe a little sideways, insecure, unstable, even questioning your gift and purpose. Or are you in a safe place? Are you grounded into the Earth star, connecting the vivaxis? So the realm of nature, what is nature doing? What is nature always doing? Nature is always changing, transforming, shifting. Man is never in control of nature. Paying attention to the elementals, I'm telling you, choreographs a new perspective. Nature is its own divine architecture. It follows its own laws, and actually we should too. Tuning into ourselves, connecting with our heart, our inner nature, our innate nature, our authenticity, and affirm that everything is stable, everything is safe, everything is grounded. By divine design, we are choreographing this field, the inner will of our value, creativity, manifestation. So we come to a place on the divine stage, if you will, where we are determining our inner self-worth, our values. Where does this wheel of self-worth not belong in our heart's choreography anymore? And in doing so, we then understand, or we're learning, where our self-worth does belong. We're elevating it, we're escalating it. Maybe you have that moment where you take a step back behind the curtain on that stage of life, and you realize that something that made you feel valued, something that you valued within yourself, no longer matters anymore. Gift and purpose. The wardrobe that you were wearing no longer fits. It's time for a new wardrobe. So it served its gift and its purpose inside of us of who we were, and now we've actually outgrown it. We have changed. We're escalating, just like nature, shedding leaves in the fall and getting a new wardrobe budding through in the spring. So the inner wheels of our energetic center of change. So those values may be shifting, predominantly percolating. So just by allowing your heart to be the one to shine upon where our self-value really does belong, including people, places, things, not the outer will, and allow the inner will to kind of vibrate if you can, feeling the frequency, energy, vibration that really is in alignment and matches your heart. That's being able to resonate and attach to that frequency. So we're detaching from the old, the karmic, the dark ages, and we're attracting into the new, the Jetsons, the innovation, the evolution. And being that Mercury, again, is on holiday, we're kind of detaching from our thoughts. We're separating them, their opinion, from that of our heart. They're on holiday. Like when your friend's on a holiday and you have to move out of your house and no one's there to really help you, your friend has detached. It's kind of the same thing in the physical realm, if you pick up what I'm throwing down. So if you are in a moment where you are finding yourself questioning what anything is worth to you on the inside, literally placing your hand on your heart, your left hand, and discern from there and ask yourself the question. In my case, I'd be saying, Tonya, do I belong going here or do I belong going there? That or this and the other thing, which I am going some places today, kind of escalating if I do belong being out in the physical, which, too much detachment is not a great thing either. But we're asking ourselves, our higher elevated Sarah self in another timeline, possibly the highest one ever, directly for the value that we deserve, our soul capital. And in doing so, we're then going to find that we are giving ourselves some soul credit, more than we probably ever have previously. So go to your cauldron, in my case, your cosmic soup bowl, and ask yourself, as you do a spin with your cosmic spoon, you're stirring it, spinning things in, shaping, allowing yourself to evaluate your inner will of your self-worth out into your outer will of self-value, percolating the two. So if you're not feeling valuable, or hopefully you are feeling valuable, where in your inner will does your self-worth belong in that moment, in that choreography? And then you may come to discover the values that are no longer circulating or serving you. That could be actually people, places, things, situations where you don't feel valued, literally the non-essentials. And before we identify, which is a cowrie shell divination, will show where we identify where we do or do not belong on the earth plane, the people, places, things that actually do. So really giving pause to our inner peace, the waters. There's no need to feel as if you need to rush in. That's like fool's gold. Feeling into something. Feelings never lie. Energetically, you can read people by their language of their feelings and their emotions. I've been going through that as well. Feelings never lie. Also telepathy. So it's kind of a topsy-turvette there. So with that, just a few announcements, of course, as we are by divine playing there. I do have my Musing with Tonya Dee podcast, the Imaginal Realm, the Season of the Witches, which I'm loving. Amber, she's actually got the most downloads, the Imaginal Realm. Dr. Amber Tark. She's a depth psychologist, and this is really the realm of the Imaginal, the Shamans Portal, which is doing this cosmic dance with the Earth star for the first 10 days of the Taurus season. So I couldn't have fit this in perfectly. So we're kind of filtering both through these energies. It's actually the North and the South node through our heart. So it's very divinely choreographed, I must say. And the universe is really always working in our flavor, if you can taste it. But she's this week's audio artist in my virtual medicine room, if you will, audio. Just remember to comment, please, on your favorite audio room artist, Musing with Tonya Dee Podcast. You can go to my website, tonyadee.tv/podcast, Apple, Spotify, Amazon. Probably just Google it. You'll find me somewhere. And on Sundays, I do a mystery guest artist, and I finally added the link. I haven't changed my image, but if you go to my Sunday casting call, you're going to see this. But it's a 4 pillars chart. Again, it goes back to the face in the rising of the origins, a private community, where I tell you your elemental balance to bring balance energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, even gift and purpose. And I do have the Witcher's Way to Manifestation, which is by design with Mercury on holiday, my ruling planet. Things are actually being choreographed in kind of an artist's way. I really want to add value to it. I'm kind of allowing my VA to kind of create at her whim's will. But I do the Rising of the Origins is also a offering. I do a 5-day immersion, a discovery of your gift and your purpose along with the elementals. That is also coming up the first day of June 1st. I don't think I put the link for that, but either way, it'll be there soon. I'm doing an edit for that handout and creating just something different in that container. And also, if your heart does feel called, I've been actually doing quite a few cowrie shell divinations. I was trained as an artist of cowrie shell through Melodoma Somé, which is an elder. He's brought this medicine to the West. He's an African shaman of the Dagara tribe in Burkina Faso. I am a protege, a student of his medicine since around 2012. He actually came in my peripheral, and I just knew he was the one I needed to work with from my life experiences. So with that, I'm also taking a few inspirited people, like-minded medicine people, on an adventure to Mongolia, an indigenous journey to work with 6 medicine people of the land there. So I may have said this, but I don't know. I'm going to join some other intuitive artists this week. I think I did say this, in a 10-day challenge to remember, which is exciting. You can't really see their names, but there is a human design artist, an astrologer, another shaman like myself, an intuitive. So there's some magical beings that are sharing their intuitive insights. It actually starts today. I do have the link again in the show notes down below. So be sure to join in this fun. I'm going to be interviewed on The Ghost in the Darkness, the Shamans Portal. That's what I call that, the magic that is there. So lots of fun is happening. And I cannot wait to get to the messages of today. But on the elemental highway, look at that. We have a yang water rat of a day. Yang water and yang fire are actually clashing, but our day is rooted. So this really is the energy of our day. The elements are really showing this as well. Yin water, the rat, and the stem of the year there, those are actually in competition. They're a competitor, somebody who wants what you have. Even in storage of the dragon, we've got yin water. So there's lots of unseen competition. And the dragon and the rat create a partial water trine at the hour of the monkey, the birthing phase of water. But our yang water to the yin water and the dragon is also creating that water trine. So emotions, the tides of emotions, the ebbs and the flow. And the moon is actually at the end of the season of Gemini, moving into her home. So feeling our emotions. Memories might become percolating up. Lots of water. Our emotions may be on the high tides. So this probably actually happened early this morning, as far as the rooster coming in, or the monkey, I mean. We were feeling our emotional foundation. Feelings never lie. Water, yang water, our day is the spirit of imagination, dreams, journaling, philosophy, exploring dream space, ideas into that imaginal realm. You cannot make this shift up. But the big sun, the yang sun, that's reflecting. Water reflects. Or the sun reflects on water. But for a yang water person, this is assets, it's our money, it's yang fire, value, money to a yang water person or any water spirit, if that's your day master, which is our day. And the dragon is also power, but this is unbecoming power, the uncontrolled power, the will, the outer will of control. So this really is a very topsy-turvetish energy, and all of the elements are kind of against our day. Faith, holding faith is the key. So go to your spirit altar, your spirit shrine, go to your ancestors, call in those unseen beings to really assist you, a spirit guardian, an angelic being, whatever that is for you. But being in the flow of water, anything that disrupts our emotional foundation is revealing something for us. So feeling your feelings, you may be emotionally disrupted, or somebody may try to disrupt you. That's the topsy-turvet. So really loving and trusting the universe to be your guide on this day. I would say ashe, ashe, ashe. I would even go digging in the dirt, the mountain, the dragon, create an offering like when you put stones in the bottom of a planter to really kind of steady the foundation. Be creative, be in touch with your feelings at the same time, feeling into them. But this week I am going with the Fae. So just real quick, I'm not going to dive into all of them. I'll do them later this week, but just so you know who's on the rise. But today I love it. We've got the fairy who was kissed by the pixies, which I love. This is a great message for the energy of today. I hope you're feeling the love, the ability to love and trust and have that newfound belief in what you value about yourself. And when we feel it and we love it and we trust it, we then are able to open up, accept a new way of where we do belong on this thing called life, where we belong with believing in ourselves. That really is the key ingredient to opening this door, this chalice of where we do belong, the nature of it, the nature realm. Go to nature. But the fairy who was kissed by the pixies, part of the she, and the she are the people of the hills, the lords and the ladies of the Fae. They are the old ones. They do this cosmic dance to bring the energies of the singer, the powerful energies of the singers, into this manifestation, into this world, throughout all of the worlds. So they do this dance. And all of the Fae actually dance. But the she do this for this alchemical dance for the pure joy molecules, the pure energy of joy, the purest of the purest. So they're the creators of worlds. They're nurturing, they're comforting all of the inhabitants, individuals or not so, but they are the guardians. So that's awesome. They're the gatekeepers. They even create frequent miracles. So this is magic that this is here. So as your day feels as if it's falling apart, just know you've got the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. So this is love given, love received. Metaphorically, it's the open heart surgeon. It's the subtle energy surgery. And pixies kissed are not chocolate like the Hershey's kisses, by the way. But these are the pixies. They claim that whenever they do give you a kiss, their kiss is a whole lot sweeter. And they don't do anything dreadful to our teeth, by the way. So if the pixies have been munching on the fairy realm chocolate, some of these, they leave the kisses like angel kisses, pixie kisses, freckles, right? So they always say there cannot be too much kissing ever, but the fairy kiss is a blessing, okay? So pay attention. When you feel a very touch on your cheek or your lips, a fairy kiss, a pixie kiss, actually. In fact, all fairy kisses are to be actually noticed. They should be savored like chocolate. It's reminding me of the chocolate factory. And if you do notice, and if you are aware, you're conscious, you're going to find yourself smiling without actually meaning to, feeling a surge of warmth swelling in your heart. But this is the fairy. Her name is Morna. She is just lighting up the stage. She is the queen of love, all kinds of love, whether it's family, familiars, brotherly, sisterly, parental. It's the unconditional and also the conditional, either or both, all of it. But it takes perfect people to have the perfect love. But we, imperfect as we are, may have many loves, each one perfect for who we are and for what we need now in the moment. So these kinds of love may not be perfect. They may not even look perfect from the outside, but actually they fit who we are now in the moment. And if we don't like them, then we actually need to shift and change ourselves, transforming, growth. We're in a season, a year of transformation, change, and growth. I've said this all year long. So that's a different kind of perfection. And does it fit us? What's the wardrobe? So here we see Morna. Her role literally is to be the heart surgeon, using the power of love to assist us to really open up our hearts when we have closed them down, usually out of fear, helping us to extend our heart, our heart math becoming more of what we have the potential to be, which is so true, right? That is so true. And having an open heart and being willing to love and be loved makes us feel like we're in shaky ground. Maybe we're vulnerable to both loss and grief because we're just not sure. But Morna is assuming, and I do believe her, she's assuring us that when we do heartfelt, truly authentically open up our heart fully to the inner will and the outer will, even the deepest grief becomes that bittersweet dark chocolate. There's no pain that is not balanced by the greater joys of the joy molecules, the power of love. The feeling of giving love is what makes us feel so juicy, so great, so good. It's like doing it fully is our desires to own others, right? So to them, to have them constantly prove our importance to them. So the proof is really impossible. We have to prove that to ourselves usually. And really, we don't even have to do that. But the proof, it's the unconditional, self-limiting kinds of love. That's part of how we learn about authentic love, real love, true love. So if ever, you hear yourself actually asking or saying, do you really love me? Or saying something like, I don't think you really love me. Then you actually know that the love you're giving to the other is based on conditions. It's also limiting. But Morna and I we would love to help each and every one of us learn to love ourselves without these conditions energetically. And also Morna would like us to learn to love while we're still staying centered properly within ourselves, grounded, protected, centered, and open within ourselves, having the inner and the outer wills of our energetic centers always pulsating and beating to the frequency match, the frequential match. So it's important for us not to lose ourselves in others as well. That happens a lot, letting their desires become ours, and then we lose sight of what we actually need for our own heart's personal joy fulfillment in our own lives. So in the long run, even in the not so very long run, we all know this never works, right? So often we only think we know what others want or need. Sooner or later, we get that disastrously wrong, usually by thinking that we do know what they might need or what they ought to need. We are really learning about love in the process of this understanding and learning. We all act as teachers for each other in this thing called life. Even Ram Dass said, the karma of relationships is the hardest karma that there ever is. And I kind of believe that. So does Morna. So she's suggesting that we believe it and we know that this is true. No matter what the relationship is, because we're all in relationship. That's our heart center. It's the relational empathy. But for all of that, love really is the purest sense. It's the fast track to our own self-realization, our own enlightenment. And the wild thing on the very top, I don't know if you can see him, he's filled with bliss. He's longing to give us the blissful cuddle. That's the way to pure enlightenment. And just remember, everything, everyone in the realm of the Fae glows with their own light, and so do we. It's called our auric field. And much of that light is the glow of love, remembering, and that's so vitally very important. So opening up our hearts very more widely to the giving and the receiving of love evokes the well-kissed fairy within each and every one of us, by the way. So this is the magic card. It's like the wow, it's eccentric, it's a burst, it's a flame, it's charismatic. I mean, it's so juicy. What can I say? It's love, it's sweet love, it's the sweetness of love, it's the power of love. So it's just opening up and accepting it and just burn that shit up, add to it, pass it on, give it in gratitude. The presence of the fairy who was kissed by the pixies is suggesting that we're giving and receiving love, intimacy, and any of a wide variety of all of our relationships. She's giving notice, the permission slip, that this is the time to open and heal our heart. There's different aspects of life that are going to be flowing happily together, healing, separations, hurts from the past, bonding may take place, deep feelings kind of emerge. So changes for the better may occur in all aspects of our life, but especially within the stage of relationships, which may be deepening, becoming richer. You may be experiencing some own personal love therapy by opening your heart as a new relationship, maybe to yourself, begins, and old ones develop possibly. And the message here is to really enjoy this cosmic kiss of bliss. The universe is really breaking down things so we can elevate and come to a new place of where we heartfelt do belong. So trusting in our heart as the old fades away, the new story is being scribed. So with that, who's going to join me for the 10 days of remembering with Juliana Whitlow, the Claire Mindset? Again, the link for that is in the show notes. I'm just so grateful that this card showed up today. But for a terrific Tuesday, the message there, we have the dark moon, which is actually a sister to the fairy who is kissed by the pixies. But she's part of the she as well, the 20 there. So this is all about trusting our feelings. That's tomorrow. Trust what you feel. And when we trust and love what we are manifesting, producing, you're going to get an epiphany. You're going to get a feeling on a mind-based day. The Dark Lady is this unconscious power, the wisdom, rituals, mysteries, secrets. It kind of feels like the Scorpio moon to me, which also reminds me of myself. It's kind of this high priestess kind of energy. That's what we have happening tomorrow, and I'll dive in further then. And then Wednesday, we've got the RAR, which this is like going to be a high octave energy day. The RAR is a singer. So we do have a singer in the house for Wednesday. The RAR adds energy, excitement to everything that it touches. And the 52, that's our intuition. It's sensing our feelings. Our feelings are sensing, being mindful of our thoughts. So it's these futuristic thoughts, innovative thoughts that are actually on holiday. The past has already happened, so there's no need to re-experience it over and over again. We've already been there. We're shedding that. Our mind is a tool. And then on Thursday, you cannot make this up, I'm telling you. Thursday, we have actually unity, which is also part of the singer of the realm. This is the one. And when we protect our heart, we're then able to love and trust our own core ability to manifest. The heart knows, and unity is the oneness field that we are all by divine design connected to if we percolate to that frequency, energy, vibration. It's just elevating self-love, really. I'll dive in further about unity, but that is a magical message for that day as well. And then Friday, we have little Indy, the topsy-turvette, the two worlds there. He's part of the fairy challengers. These ones bring us face-to-face with our fears, denials, inner traumas, and whatnot. Delusions, confusion, possibly control. But for Indy, I'll share more on Friday. But this feels like the day of an initiation. Friday feels like an initiation day. Something's coming to be initiated. It brings us to passing the test. So something we start today is going to pass the test by Friday. So it is a week of initiation. We've got two singers. The magic is high tide this week, transforming our inner wills of our values. And Indy, curiously, is the 3, the 6, and the 9. So it's like opening up to a new belief that we transform an initiation. We're going to go through an initiation. It's going to be galactic. And all in all, release what authentically you it's no longer vibrating to a frequency vibration inside of you where you're feeling less than valued. It's time to release that in flavor of discovering what you do value within yourself, like loving who you are, bowing in the mirror, the better flavor of chocolate coming from the fairy kiss, the bliss. But being that our mind's on holiday, you may also find that your attitude and your opinion of yourself is on the topsy-turvette roller coaster, going up and down, spinning all around, going through the momentum of all these outdated materials, perspectives, that panoramic roller coaster view. Go to the book of life in search of the flavor that resonates, that's in perfect love match vibration to your own heart, in alignment. And during the process, be mindful, be aware of your heart. The one that really matters the most is by divine design. It's our heart. It's the oneness, expanding light out into the conversation. And just knowing that we are instigating, innovating, even down to the barest of the bones in the remodel. If you've ever gone through a remodel in a house, possibly, or maybe a car. I witnessed my dad literally remodel cars. But we're remodeling our inner will, our earth star of our own self-value. So I would even just affirm that I am remodeling my inner will of self-value. We're going to be throwing out anything that no longer serving us and allowing those inflictions maybe to detach. Streams of value are being streamed in from the galactic universe, universal streams. So it's time to see yourselves literally through the eyes of Creator and know that you are not a waste of airspace. You are very essential in this thing called life. We all have a gift and purpose, and we're going through a huge transformation this entire year, an evolution during the season of Taurus. This is trusting and loving and trusting who we are within ourselves and shifting the stuff outside of us. So it's time to reflect on where we do belong in our inner world. And then we go through this maybe revolution, innovative, eccentric, possibly being seen differently, our self-worth inside of us. And once you start feeling that hum, it's time to really go take that bow in the mirror and keep doing that every day. Hopefully you have a divine spark of insight. Maybe you're being kissed by the Fae today. I sure hope so. Similar to angel kisses, by the way. So with that, I say Ashe. Thanks for tuning in. We are all going through this. Just know you are all valuable, heartfelt. I'm sharing my light to you and for you so we can all beacon brighter. So again, Ashe, and I'll see you on the other side. Blessings. Well, maybe I won't show that. Ashe.